All right, people, today I have with us the Brady Fox, and this one is from Kyokai Senki. It's in high grade in 1/72 scale. Now, I've done a couple of the Kyokai Senki kits already, so you guys kind of know what I'm coming from in terms of I love these things, and I love the boxy look of these guys. I love how squarish they are. I love how utilitarian they are. So these are some of my favorite looking kits from that series. These are from the North American Coalition. And you see here that there are two different variants here. The difference being that one is a manned version. It has that visor over it. And then one is the unmanned version. So this one is a drone. But other than that, it's very similar to the other ones that I've already reviewed. Let's go ahead and get into it. So let's read this little write-up about it. It says, the Brady Fox is the new MIME, which is Automobile Artificial Intelligence Mount model of the NAC forces. These units keep the outstanding maneuverability and versatility of Brady Hounds, their previous main MIMEs, while gaining even more output to further improve mobility. They have built-in chain guns equipped on their forearms for short-range fights, and the main camera on the head has been replaced with a fully redesigned high-spec version. Although only minor changes were brought to these units, they have a more sophisticated design allowing them to fully utilize the features of the Brady Hounds. You'll see the main thing that's different about it is this laser. The write-up for the laser states that this is a weapon that the NAC developed for MIMEs before other forces had. Although they have shorter ranges compared to physical rounds, shots from this weapons are nearly impossible to avoid since their beams are emitted at the speed of light. And then, of course, they have the massive shield. This is a large shield with moving parts. It is especially effective in long-range firefights. Not much about it. It is just a steel slab that folds. You can see here that I have it in a somewhat folded position. And here is another one, which you can see it is hinged, which is pretty cool. Also, the mount can move. So if you wanted to, you can rearrange it on your MIME. On the man version, there are two extra parts on this one, which is that the dome piece here, and well, actually three extra parts: the clear visor, the dome piece under the hood there, and this part here, versus this one that has these two parts here. And they do include the parts to build both, so you can just take these three, well, actually it's 5 parts off because you're adding 3 but replacing 2, and put these on, and you'll be able to replace either a manned version or the unmanned version as you'd like. But let's go ahead and get into the articulation. I will do it on this one. There's not too much of a difference on here. In fact, you don't gain any articulation or lose any on the manned version. I just feel like it'd be more fun to do it on him. All right, and I noticed I actually am missing a part on this, actually 2. That's these 2 here, but they're supposed to be on this side. So hopefully I find those the next time I go down to Brookhurst Hobbies, which is where I built this one. They're probably gone, but c'est la vie. Now, starting at the top, there is no articulation at the head. However, we do have these 2 thruster units that are able to move in and out like so. And if you scoot them out gently, you can actually move them even more. They are meant to be pushed in when in transport mode or when they're folded up for storage. So you can move them here like so, or you can pull them out and move them like so. This shoulder moves up and down here and is tied into the shoulder like you see here. The shoulder itself moves up and down on a pivot joint inside there, and a ball joint inside here. So that can move up and down like so, move forward, back, however you need it to go. This one is very loosely attached inside here, so you will see that come off pretty easily. You have a rotation here at the top of the arm, and a single bend at the elbow, like so. Here is the minigun that you see on his wrist, and a ball joint here. There's also a small mechanism on his hand. Allows you to lock things in place. This is what it's supposed to look like in stored mode, and then out this way to put a weapon in. It also helps you lock that weapon in place. Moving down from there. This unit here, this big ball, allows you to move this up and down like so. It is the point of rotation at the waist, as you see here. It allows it to move up and down like you see here. It's very interesting how this one attaches. It's two pieces that put together make the ball, and then at the top they actually hook onto this one, so they can go sideways, except for they're mostly locked in place. On the waist itself, you have this one here that can rotate. I'm not sure why that does that. It should be locked in place, but that's how they did it. This one here moves on a small ball joint. This one here has a very interesting attachment point where you can move it out, and then it flaps, or in, and it just holds its square shape. Very interesting points of articulation there. On the leg, you don't have any drop down. It's just a peg that goes in, very thick peg, and it moves like so. On the cylinder here, you see it goes up and down as you'd like. So you can get quite a lot of articulation out of that one. You also have a rotation at the hip. You have a single point of articulation at the knee, like so. And then this one also articulates, but just a bit. There's two pegs inside here that allow that to move up and down. That's just so that you can land that on his knee properly. At the ankle, you have this one that moves up and down on two pegs as well. It is very easy to remove, so be careful of that. And at the foot, you have a claw at the front and a claw at the back. This one is double jointed, so you have one joint in here and one joint at the front. You can move that quite a bit. And as you saw here, this one, where did it go? This one slots in here. Forgot, we also have the peg that goes inside here that rocks back and forth like so. And then you can move that up and down like so, around that peg like so. And then there is a ball joint at the foot. Bandai tends not to put a lot of articulation and detail into the enemy type units, and this one is an enemy type unit, so we don't see too much on that one. However, on the weapon, we do have a couple of small points of articulation. We can move this one in and out just a hair, and then this one rotates. It's meant to be locked in place right here, but not too much on that one. And then as I showed you on the shield, this one can move up and down. And then this one can move up and down as well as rotate. Not very much, but there are some articulation points on those weapons. So, moving on to what is included in this kit. Now, they do have quite a bit in this one. They do have parts to convert it into the unmanned, like I showed before. They do have parts to convert this into a Brady Fox. I'm sorry, a Brady Hound. And you would use these two on the arms in place of the thicker, heavier ones that carry the guns inside. So there is a nice thing there for that. You do also get the chest piece, which is for the Brady Hound. That would go here instead of the one that's there. You do get an interesting set of hands. So I have the closed weapons holding hands here. There is also a set of open hands. And as you see, these guys have two thumbs, just like the Brady Fox and the Brady Hound and the Jo Hound. You also get an angled one, which actually I put on this one. So let me show you that. It's just an angled weapon holding hand so that you can hold that weapon in the secondary hand and the offhand while the weapon is being carried by the main hand. There we go. So just like that. And that's the only reason that one is there. There's also parts for the foot. I'm sorry. These are parts for carrying a sword under the thruster here. Now, this one didn't come with the sword, but with this and this part here, I forgot this one. If you put these together, you'll be able to put it in, I gotta drop it, huh? This slot here, and it'll be able to carry one of the long swords that the Brady Hound can carry. So either the long one that the Bradley use was, or the short one that the regular Brady Hound used. It also includes parts to use the old eye style, and that's this one here. You have a joint here that you attach it to, and then that will slot in place of the two parts that are in here now, which is a colored part in the back and a clear part over the front. Now, it doesn't include stickers for them, so you'll have to do some painting, but they are highly detailed, so you can color them in as you like. Now, I personally am a fan of these ones. There's another variant of this one as well in blue. I have not seen that one in person, but I do want to purchase that, so if anybody's seen it, please leave me a note in the comments and tell me where you saw it, and I will try to purchase it. It's the same exact thing as this one, but it is in the blue that the Brad exclusive version of the Brady Hound is, and I really like to pick that one up. I have seen it over in Japan, but I don't feel like importing another model kit. They are rather expensive to ship right now. Well, lower than it usually is, but I'll leave it at that. But overall, I really like this one. I like the colors in the blue, the light blue purple and the light gray. It's a very nice color combination. They do look unfinished, and I like that a lot. These weapons are really cool, very big. I almost wish that they replaced the hands and just made it a weapon itself, built into the wrist. I think that would have been better, but it does look really, really nice, and I like the way this one came out. It does look better with both of the jet thrusters on there instead of the missing one that I have on this, but sometimes that happens. You don't always get what you want. Hopefully, like I said, they do have that one still at Brookhurst Hobbies. We'll see if that is the case. But that is going to be it for the review. I think at $39.99, I think it was a little bit too expensive for what it is. But at $22 is what I bought them at. It's much nicer, much easier price to pay. I think it includes a lot, and it is pretty big. I did not do a size comparison for this one, but if you watch another one of the videos on one of the videos on the Brady Fox or the Brady Fox Bradley use, you'll see about how tall they are. I will link that in the description so you can see. But they are rather large for what they are. Very filled with accessories. You have a lot to play around with. And they are, of course, compatible with the other weapons from the Brady Fox and the Brady Hound and the Jo Hound. So you are able to use those on these particular mechs. I happen to really like these ones, and I know I said that before, but I hope that you guys do too. And I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me. More than likely, you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.